this square, and we're in this square to stay. And I say why? Is we're right to be here. The newspapers, the local newspaper, which is just to the right of us, said that there's some dangerous people coming to Bradford. But they forgot to prove that it was the EDL. And instead of rounding up, the real key question is to make sure that numbers come in huge numbers, that the city doesn't feel fear. I say this, when they say to people, if you're black and Asian, stay at home, stay behind your curtains. The message I say, that's in the 1950s. In those days when they used to put flaming crosses and say that people weren't welcome. We've broken that. We defeated the racists, and we're not going back. This is the reason why this picture is important. They also say that if you come out and do anything, we understand that they've got bans. There's a huge number of police that have been moved into places. What worries me is that I wish that they were there when the cemeteries are attacked, or when individuals are attacked. And that's what we have to say. Don't worry about us. We like people. The people that are a problem are the Nazis. And those are the people that walk away and say that they're peaceful. After Malta, they said they described it as being a peaceful organisation. Which peaceful organisation goes around slashing people's throats? That's very peaceful. We have to say that we're right to be here, and there's nothing wrong with solidarity. In the 1970s, the Afro-Caribbean black communities were attacked, and black and white united together and broke the National Front. Today, they attack Muslims. And the difference between Islamophobia and anti-Semitism is a simple name. And we're not going back to the 1930s where Nazis got respectability and were allowed to grow. People said, how did Hitler come to power? Why did people do something? And when we do something, they say there's a problem with us. We're acting now so that those things don't happen inside the future, so that the concentration camps end up in history where they belong.
Bradford is a very different city today, but many of the problems that confront us have not gone away. So while we are here today to spread the message of peace, we call on those who have the power, the police, the council, faith leaders and our community leaders to respond to the very real barriers that our communities face. As women, we believe we have a very clear role to play, not just today, but in the future too. I think all of you will agree with that. You can also have a calming influence, and that's required now more than ever before. And I urge all of those that are here today, but also that are praying for us everywhere else, to take heed of that last message of calm. We have a calming influence in our message of peace unity and solidarity are the values that must triumph today. So please support us in our endeavours for peace by wearing our lime green peace ribbons that we will be distributing today. And I want to reiterate this point once more, and I want a loud cheer, and I want us to reflect on these words as I utter them. So if I may once again, as women, we believe we have a clear role to play. We can have a calming influence, and our messages of peace, unity and solidarity, can we actually say that? Peace, unity and solidarity.
This hasn't been the big one for the EDL, but it seems to me we have to understand a few things about the EDL, what they're doing and what they're about. Because first of all, it seems to me there are three components to the English Defence League, and after the World Cup, I kind of think of it as English no Defence League, no midfield league, and certainly no attack league. They began as they did in Luton, and now I think a combination of three things. First, they are really based around football hooligans, and I know that for a fact because me and Raymond Bennett went to speak in Newport against the Welsh Defence League many months ago, and we were sitting eating our breakfast, and this EDL guy come up and threw a card at me, and the card was a phone number, and he said to me, "Why don't you, your firm, meet my firm?" I said, "What are you talking about, firms?" I said, "I'm an anti-racist, I'm an anti-fascist, I don't hang around with a firm." He goes, "I'm not interested in these protests, I just want to fight." But that gives you some idea of the people they're recruiting around them. The second thing, and I think is very important, is they are driven by a deep Islamophobia, anti-Muslim racism for a different way if you want to use a different term. Their whole emphasis is against the Muslim community and scapegoat. Just like the Nazis treated the Jews in the 30s, the Muslims in this country become the new scapegoats, and they're being viciously assaulted by the EDL supporters. And the third thing we have to say about is that they are recruiting people from the BNP who are trying to organise their campaigns. So when people say to me, "That's not true," I say, "Well, all right then." Alan Thompson was in Combat 18 and the BNP in Tower Hamlets. He now runs the Chelsea people that come up from here. That's a one-off. Okay then. What about the guy who runs Birmingham, EDL? BNP, Chris Renton, BNP organiser. Oh yes, that's another one-off. What about Pepin? He runs the Welsh Defence League, involved in Jobbik in Hungary. Oh yes, that's just another one. What about Alan Lake, a businessman who both does internet providers for both the Swedish Nazis, Jobbik, and for the BNP, and he funds the EDL. You see, one swallow doesn't make a summer, four do. And everywhere we go, the connection between the BNP and the EDL takes place. Just around the corner, 1.5 hours ago, the EDL met the local Yorkshire branch of the BNP. So don't tell me these people who are hanging around are not fascists. These people are working with the fascists. Many may not be Nazis yet, but they're trying to turn them into fascists. And we are seeing the rise of a street movement based around racism and Islamophobia, and the rest of us will be next if we ignore them and leave them alone. That's why we're here today. Because wherever they go, wherever they march, it's vital that the left, that the Muslim community, the anti-racists and everybody else joins in and stands together. It's vital because if we let them terrorise us, they will drive us from the streets, and we will see a repeat of Italy in the early 1920s and Germany in the 1930s. And I come from an old slogan, which is never again must we make the mistake of allowing the left to be divided.